Week 13 is in the books, and we go into the final week of the season. Remember that week 13 was rivalry week. Losing team pays, winning team $20. So go ahead and collect. That reminds me, I got a request. From Wolf and Ted. I whooped them this week. I also got the lowest score, so I'm gonna have to get $20 from each of them. All right, there's that. All right. So let's go through. First matchup, Big Balls versus Pony's V Card. Both teams ass week. Just the assest of asses weeks for Caponi's V Card. 71 points. Big Balls 87. Caponi's V Card falls to 5 and 8. Big Balls improves to 9 and 4. Next up, almost a choke job from the Cambodians. They basically just need one more win to make the playoffs, and they put up 84 points against the Tasty Boys Club. And the Tasty Boys Club comes back with a 72-point game. Just pathetic matchup there. Top two matchups, absolutely pathetic. Caponi's V Card, Big Balls, Cambodians, Tasty Boys Club, they combine for the same points as most other single matchups. Dog Pound versus Big Nick's Energy, and that's all she wrote for Dog Pound. You hate to see it, but they are punished. Back to another eating challenge. You hate to see it for the Dog Pound. They didn't deserve it. That's the thing. It's fine when a team deserves it. You almost hope for the team that scores the least amount of points to get the punishment. But these guys, 9th most points. Between them and Tasty Boys Club, there's a 100-point difference. They got 80 points on Caponi's V Card. They got 85 points on Swamp Dicks. It's crazy that they're 2-11. Having the 9th most points for 2-11, you would never expect it. You'd think a 2-11 team has the least points for by a lot. But no, it's not the case. They just got screwed in their matchups. So I'm sorry. Sorry to the Dog Pound. I'm mostly sorry to Teresa. She's gonna be pissed. But maybe you can turn it into a dad day. Bring the boys to the game. Bring the boys to a Guardians game, Gus. Maybe disguise it as that. Maybe don't even tell Teresa what's going on. The only issue is that when you come home hammered from the beers, that's going to be a whole separate conversation. So, yeah. You'll get it figured out, man. Next up, True Under Big Dog Story versus Elmwood Lawyer. Elmwood Lawyer, 128. True Under Big Dog Story, 115. True Under Big Dog Story, we're going to talk about them. We have a whole segment on them coming up. The Goblins versus the Swamp Dicks. Goblins keep rolling, 140. Swamp Dicks, 96. Next up, Hurley and Chuck here versus Fear the Choge. Thank God Fear the Choge won last week because Hurley and Chuck would have ended their season. 144 to 110. Hurley and Chuck's gear, big win. Now, we have to go over playoff picture. Now, we have 5 teams that are in. Cambodians are in. Big Balls, Goblins, Hurley and Chuck's here. Elmwood Lawyer. It's 3-man race for 2 spots. Okay? We talked about the True Under Big Dog story. We've been screaming from the mountaintops all year that this team is fraudulent. And that holds true. And we've been screaming from the mountaintops about two or 3 weeks ago that after they got their 7th win and it seemed all but locked up, that it wasn't, that they were in danger based off of their points for and based off of who they were matching up with. They had some tough matchups going on down the road. They just played Elmwood Lawyer, and now this is where it gets interesting. They now play Fear the Choge in the last game of the year. Fear the Choge sits right behind them at 6 and 7, with significant more points for. So if they win, if Fear the Choge beats True Under Big Dog Story, they both go to 7 and 7. Fear the Choge moves up. True Under Big Dog Story falls back to the 7th spot. Now this is where they could get eliminated. Big Nick's Energy is sitting at 6 and 7. And in the points for category, they are only 4 points behind True Under Big Dog Story. So, with a Fear the Choge win and a Big Nick's Energy win, and Big Nick's Energy outscores True Under Big Dog Story by 4 or more points, True Under Big Dog Story is dead. Big Nick's Energy, so Fear the Choge, very strong team. Most likely will be beating the True Under Big Dog Story this week. I mean, they have Josh Allen going up against Cincy D. They have Jameer Gibbs going up against Dallas. Amon-Ra St. Brown's probably out. Jameer Gibbs that game's probably going to be, it's a shorter week. That game's probably going to be a shootout. Maybe not. But anyway, good matchups for Fear the Choge. True Under Big Dog Story, can't say the same. Tony Pollard, they're starting against Cleveland's D. Cleveland's D wrecks the run. Bijan's playing Seattle's D. Seattle D elite. Devontae has a good matchup. Jerry Jeudy's just trash. I mean, they're starting. This is what we've been talking about. Like, they're starting Jerry Jeudy. They're starting John Mechie. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But that's what I'm saying. This team is garbage. It's garbage. They have Rico Dowdle and Hubbard on bye. This team is in trouble. I don't see how they win this week. I mean, they're projected 103 points. That's what Fear the Choge is projected right now, and he has 2 guys sitting in the bye spot. He has 0 points for 2 guys, and he's basically projected to beat them. So I don't think True Under Big Dog Story is getting a win here. So I think True Under Big Dog Story, I think their story lies in the hands of the Goblins taking down Big Nick's Energy. And unfortunately, for the True Under Big Dog Story, the Goblins have Christian McCaffrey on bye. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see what Big Nick's Energy is working with this week, going up against the Goblins, and see what their bye situations are like. All right, they have Travion Henderson on bye. Which hurts them. They have Juwan Jennings on bye, but they can fill that in with Jacoby Myers is fine. Not looking, I won't lie, it's not looking great for Big Nick's Energy either. I think this is going to be ugly. I do. I really think, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could say with a lot of certainty that the true under Big Dog story does not control their own destiny here because they're not winning their matchup. That we can say almost for certain. But does Big Nick's energy have enough firepower to outscore true under Big Dog story by 4 more points? Because this team has some bye issues as well. It still looks better. It looks better than the true under Big Dog story, but it's not great. And are they going to be able to take down the Goblins without Christian McCaffrey? I think they will. I don't think the Goblins are. I personally think the Goblins are also a little fraudulent. But I don't know. The Goblins are fine. They have holes, but they always fix it. They always have somebody who goes off every week. That's the beauty of having Christian McCaffrey. So, but yeah, I don't know. This is going to be very interesting to watch. So let's go through the matchups. We have Hurley Chucksier versus Big Balls, Swamp Dicks versus Cambodians, Fear the Challenge versus Schroeder Big Dog Story, Elmwood Lawyer versus Pony Speed Card, Big Nicks versus Goblins, Dog Pound versus Tasty Boys Club. So our 2 matchups to watch will be Fear the Challenge versus True Under Big Dog Story, and Big Nick's Energy versus Goblins. Now here's the other part to it. Fear the Challenge sitting at 6 and 7. They don't need a win to get in. All they need is a Big Nick's Energy loss, and they're in. They don't want to leave it up to chance, though. They want to control their own destiny, which I think they'll be fine. I think they should be able to get the win this week, but that's something to note. We could have a 6 and 8 team sneak in, albeit that if it is Fear the Challenge at 6 and 8, they do deserve it. They have the second most points in the league by a decent margin. So this Fear the Challenge team, they deserve to get in, and if they do get in, look out. With a win for Fear the Challenge and a loss by the Cambodians, Fear the Challenge will jump into the 5 spot. If Cambodians win, then Fear the Challenge will take the 6th spot. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, man. We'll have one more week next week of these videos. We'll go over the playoff picture. Elmwood Lawyer has locked up the bye. Unless Hurley and Chuck's year, the Goblins or Big Balls outscore him by like 200 points, and he loses this week. So Elmwood Lawyer has the bye locked up, and most likely will get the $50 bonus for highest points for on the year, unless Fear the Challenge outscores him by 60 points this week. So, congratulations to Elmwood Lawyer on locking up the bye. 2 years ago, we had the similar situation with Elmwood Lawyer where he had a juggernaut team, and the bye was all but locked up. It was like a huge fumble somehow. And then they get knocked out in round 1 against the True Under Big Dog Story on a miraculous fuck is his name? The tight end for the Lions at the time. Laporta, 3 touchdown game, knocks him out round 1. This year, though, Elmwood Lawyer says, not again. So that's that. We'll go over the playoffs next week. We'll rank the playoff teams, and then we'll let it play out from there. We'll crown a champion in about a month. So good luck to everybody this week, and enjoy your